Babes Behind the Beats with Jess Bowen and Bowie J.
Hello, it is Bowie Jane with Jess Bowen for Babes Behind the Beats, and today we have in studio, that's right, in studio, Lauren Sanderson, singer-songwriter, absolute legend, and a friend of Tina and Emma's. Woo!
Hi.
They're going to go, what?
Hello.
I do love that story, though, because obviously Lauren is someone that we've also played your music on our show before. Like, we have known of you. We love your music. And randomly, you met some friends of ours at, the well-known Abby and WeHo, and then we were able to then ask them, oh, we should get Lauren on the show, please.
And that's how she's here today.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Tina texted me and was like, hey, what do you think about this podcast? I was like, dope, let's do it.
I love that. I love that.
So cool. So you've been getting heaps of airplay on this station, Adobe.
Yes.
So sweet.
And we're super fans, so
yeah,
that's cool.
We've like I said, we've played you on our show quite a bit, and you're on Adobe all the time. But so I just, I want to take it back. I want to get to know you a little bit. So you are from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yes,
right?
I am. Yes.
Nice. And how did you get your start, like, doing music? Like, when did this all start happening?
I feel like it was because I kind of discovered Mac Miller and Tyler, the Creator, and I was just like, I don't know how, but I want to express myself like they do, and I want to be able to just write things and do photo shoots and do videos and do music. And so, I guess I kind of just started with covers on YouTube, and then from there I was like, you know what? I want to write my own shit. I want to talk about my own feelings and see if anybody out there understands what I'm feeling.
So that's cool, the whole YouTube thing, because like heaps of people had their start. We've had a couple of guests have had their start. Chrissy, Costanza, and Tessa Violet. Heaps of people have had their start on YouTube. Mm-hmm. How did you get your start on YouTube? You just started posting them and then got traction, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
I just was like, I never really cared about the views, honestly, just because I did grow up in such a small town. Like, I was more just like, I don't care where this goes. I just want to, like, start. And, I just went on my little laptop at home and did, like, the photo booth on there and then just uploaded away.
Cool. So were you playing, like, do you play any instruments? Were you playing instruments or singing over things? Or what were you kind of, like, what was the vibe of?
I had a few. Actually, most of them I was playing piano.
Nice.
I never even realized that, but
Yeah.
I was playing on piano because I feel like this was even before, like, karaoke's were really on YouTube that much, or maybe I just didn't know they existed yet.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God, that's so great. And then so from there, you gained, the traction from YouTube, and then did you signed to Epic? Was that pretty immediate after like high school, or what was that like when you signed?
it was, so I made YouTube covers and kind of did that stuff for, like, I don't really know, maybe like 3 years or something, maybe 2, but it was never consistent. It was always very random. It was just kind of like spurts of the moment inspiration, but I was never like, check back for weekly videos. Like, I tried to, but it just wasn't my thing. And so I just did very random stuff. And then I kind of, like, right after high school, I just did not want to go to college at all, even though I didn't know if music was really possible. I remember, like, in senior year, I was like, I want to be on stage. Like, I don't know what I want to do, but then I kind of just, I found a studio in my city. There was only one, and I found it, and I went and happened to meet somebody super, super talented named Matt, and we kind of just started making songs from beats on SoundCloud and stuff, and maybe about, like, a year or two of that, and then that's when Epic reached out to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, like, how did they find you? Because I think a lot of people are curious as to how do you get that deal?
Yeah.
Like, how do they find you?
So I had been really documenting everything, like documenting my journey, my feelings, and more than that, too. Like, I would post, like, pictures of my journal entries and stuff like that. It was much more than just music, but as that was growing and as that was happening, I was also starting to talk about being gay online as I was realizing it. And so I think people started kind of following along, and I was also like just really prevalent about posting, you know, stay true to who you are and staying positive and starting to talk about manifestation and everything, like fresh out of high school. So people were following me from that, and it kind of just started growing very organically. But then with how they found me was because I was putting out music and a lot of covers on SoundCloud and YouTube, and then I released my first EP called Spaces, and it went on the iTunes charts.
Wow.
So that's how it was the number one on the iTunes R&B
And wait,
charts.
this is before Epic or after Epic?
This is before.
Wow. So that's when they were like, hang on, who's this girl?
Yeah.
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 Wow. That's
It was very mind blowing. I wasn't expecting that.
So this
at
is
all.
from your following, more than likely, a little bit to get things to trend, and then
Yeah, like
amazing.
you got the attention of this label, or probably other labels as well, because you already had something that you built just organically, and people see
Exactly.
that and they're like, "What's happening here? We got to get on board with this."
That's exactly what happened.
So,
yeah.
so what was it with Epic? I mean, again, did you have other deals and then you picked Epic, or was Epic like?
I did. I met with a few other labels, and it was just not the right energy. And something with Epic, like when I met with them, I mean, I would say they were the most passionate, and they were just like, we want to fly you out. We want to fly out your team. And this is it's like Spaces EP hits number 1, and then next thing I know, like Epic is emailing me the next day.
That is
Wow.
crazy.
So it was very sudden, like it was very urgent.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we want to have you out ASAP, da-da-da. So it was almost just kind of like spur of the moment, and I felt the passion from them that they really believed in me. And so I went out there, I did a little showcase, like performed for their whole squad, basically.
Yeah.
And
And had you done many gigs before that?
I think I just had done one independent tour that I booked.
Oh, so you'd done some, yeah.
Yeah, I was just booking that, pretending to be my own manager.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
not pretending to be my own,
I've done that before.
pretending to be a manager. Yeah.
From John, I'd send the emails.
From
Okay,
John.
The manager of Bowie Jane.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I was familiar with it. I knew that I definitely had something there, and I think the reason that I wanted to sign was because I was like, you know, if I don't allow someone to help me, you know, what's the point of saying no? In my head, I'm like, they're offering help. They're
Yeah.
offering their passion and a whole team to help and da-da-da. So at what point do I just say yes and let
Right.
someone actually help me go to the next level?
Right.
So that was my reason. Even though deep down I was like, you know, you hear all the stories. So deep down I'm like, oh, please, I hope this doesn't happen to me.
I
So
know.
what were they offering? Like, are they offering, hey, we're going to promote it this way, we're going to make sure it gets on the radio? Like, what exactly, for people who may not understand what the industry's like, as soon as you get signed, like...
They were just promising me to take me to the next level. Like, it wasn't that they were promising radio or anything like that. It was just kind of like, we want to get you features. We want to take this EP to the next step. We want to get you high quality music videos. We want to get you, you know, like real photo shoots and studios where, you know, we'll get a stylist and a makeup artist and a hairstylist, and we'll get you right. It's basically like,
Yeah.
we'll take you from DIY Indiana girl to like real time musician, quote unquote.
Yeah, and did that happen?
And their own version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, I'm interested to
Parts
know
of
what
it.
your expectation was of what was going to happen to what they actually... Well, I mean, not that you have to go into detail, but just
Yeah.
like a major label versus you're the artist. So.
It was definitely, I mean, it was different in the moment, but now looking back at it, they were doing what they promised in a way, but I just wasn't getting like the creative control that I wanted, as far as like I wanted to go at a certain speed. And what I didn't realize was, you know, I'm not Indiana girl anymore. I can't just make a song and drop it on SoundCloud that night, or make a song and do this cover with this SoundCloud beat, because I can't do a SoundCloud beat anymore because I could get freaking sued from a SoundCloud beat. And
shit, yeah.
It's all that stuff that, you know, when you're independent, it's just you versus the world.
Right.
Yeah.
You and your supporters versus the world. And when you have a label, it has to get approved by so many different people. It has to make sense to everyone.
Yeah.
So just to give you an example, I wanted to do a cover of Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston for Valentine's Day. And like switch the pronouns to, or not switch the pronouns, but just me, like a girl be singing about a girl. And it wasn't about that. It was just that I like made the cover 3 days prior to Valentine's Day. I really wanted to get it out. I'm just like, what's the big deal? Let's just throw it on SoundCloud, call it a day. And they were like, if we're going to be putting out music, it should be more of a bigger moment. It should have artwork. It should have a video. They always wanted to be a big production.
Yeah. Which isn't always it's not always the best angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe, how long ago was that? Because I think things have changed a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, it was, it was when I feel like, it was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, but it was still at a time that I still think that applies. It's not always just about the biggest, most expensive thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I get it for them. They want to see this artist blow up, that they're taking this risk on and they're spending this money on and everything. But that's just where we were clashing, because I was like, I think the reason I'm going to blow up is because I'm not doing things like that.
Yeah.
Right? And that my supporters know that everything that I'm putting out, it may be spur of the moment and it may be random and it may be DIY, but that's why it makes sense.
Yeah,
right,
not too polished and all that stuff,
Or else, in my head, I was like, my biggest fear was going from, like, DIY and, like, underdog, you know, believe in your dreams and everything is just, like, low budget and whatever. Like, I vibed with that a lot, and my biggest fear was going straight from that to, like, perfect. Like, this perfect image and this crystal clear quality and everything just sounds... It sounds weird to say, but everything sounds perfect. It doesn't have enough character.
Because you know, as a listener, you wouldn't, if an artist turned into something super polished, you probably wouldn't be interested all of a sudden. Someone you'd followed. So you already knew that from your perspective, I guess. But
yeah, especially because I never wanted to be like the pop girl.
Yeah.
Ever. Like I didn't, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just was never my vision. It never resonated with me. It never felt relatable to me. It just wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right. And we just couldn't get it together, me and them.
And so you ended up dropping them eventually, right?
Yeah, it was mutual. It was very mutual. And in fact, like I had come to them and been like, hey, this really isn't working. Like I feel like truly I just don't feel understood. And I feel like I keep having to, like, fight to be understood. And I don't think that that's how either of us are going to be happy. And they were like, totally get it. Totally hear you. Give us another chance to, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I appreciated that. They were like, we really see that you are a star. And I appreciated that. But, you know, they were like, you also need to want to be with a major label. You have to understand this is what it is, da-da-da. So they were basically like, we want you to go do some soul searching and figure out, take some time, a week or whatever, figure out if this is actually what you want or if you want to go.
Yeah.
And in that week, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this another shot.
Oh, okay. That you say something else. Yeah.
No, I was like, you know what? Because my dad made a good point. He's like, okay, well, think about this magazine cover that you just got. Think about this interview you just got. Think about this. These are happening because of your label.
Yeah.
Yes, this and this and that are happening, and that's causing you stress, but also look at these things that are happening that you can't do on your own yet.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you're right. I'm going to be more patient, and I'm really going to freaking try and do this. A year later, it was just not it. There wasn't enough happening that was like fulfilling for me, like deep down. And so that's when I was like, y'all gotta let me go.
Yeah.
And they just weren't.
And what did they say though? Did they let you go? Like, what kind of a deal had you signed? Not that you go into details, but like, can you just leave?
No.
Like, no.
It had to be, everything about my deal had to be mutual decision. Like,
right.
everything. So when I wanted to leave, I mean, my team was really handling it, so it wasn't me, and it wasn't like me calling them.
Yeah.
It was like my team being like, hey guys, like, we're not, this isn't happening in the way that either of us wanted to. But it was sad, but it was also like, I kind of felt like misunderstood to the point of like like so angry almost.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm just like, I felt like they were so aggressively wanting me to be something I wasn't.
Yeah.
That I was like, you're not going to even be able to see what I do want.
Right.
And just, again, like, example, I'm like, hey, these are the producers that I want to work with. These people produced 21 Pilots, Halsey, Lainey, Lana, The Neighborhood, I'm giving them so many alternative references, even like Noah Cyrus, Miley Cyrus, that vibe. And they kept sending me to, hey, you know, this person produced for 21 Savage, this person produced for Bad Baby, this person. And it was always so much more rap.
Mm-hmm.
And hip hop. And I just never felt like that was my vision.
Yeah.
Right.
So I made it work for the time being, but that was just where I was like, I feel like it gets to a point where you're just choosing to not hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
That's frustrating.
Looking back, I mean, it's so hard because parts of me misses it. I really do, because I love things like magazines. I love like things like that where it feels like it is on that next level. But then there's parts where I'm like, I can't even imagine having to send my songs to that many people and get approval and unsolicited feedback.
Right. Like, you want to release what you want to release and kind of when you want to release it. And again, like, your vision is your vision. And when you're with majors, I think, you know, some of our listeners might not know, but yeah, of course, it's like people think the ideal is like you sign to a major label, but there are, you know, pros and cons to everything, right? In life. And there's definitely a good amount of cons that come with signing to a major.
It works for some people, it doesn't work for others.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if I was a different kind of artist, it probably would have worked out perfectly. I could be one of the biggest artists. Who knows?
The biggest hip hop artist around.
Yeah, exactly. Or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not hip hop.
So, Lauren, I have to ask, from your experience then, if someone were to just be an up-and-coming artist right now, would you recommend, like, what are your thoughts on signing to a label, or maybe a label, even a smaller label versus a major label?
My advice is to stay independent for as long as you can. And what I mean for as long as you can, because I think you'll get a lot bigger than you think you will on your own. And a lot of people, including myself, it's like, you get the offer, you get excited, you say yes. It's no realization of like, wait, I'm already doing this though. I'm already doing it. And I think now, you know, I don't regret anything whatsoever. I'm actually really, really glad that I went through what I went through. But, you know, I've been with a major, I've been with an indie label, and I've been, you know, just fully independent like I am now. And I just think for artists that really love like having complete control, and what I mean by that is you get a say in what the song is, what the cover art is, what the font on the cover art is, and most importantly, when it comes out and what the music video vibe is. All of that, if you're somebody who you need to know all the details and you want to, you know, you have this certain specific vision, you just got to stay independent, or else you're going to have to like sacrifice a lot of that when you go with a major. Right. I will say that I've heard some stories, very rarely, of people being like, no, I love my label. And it does exist. Believe it or not, it does.
Rare, like you said, though, I feel like.
And did they have that vision of themselves, I wonder?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I think I'd struggle to be signed to a major, to be honest, because I'm like, the artwork should be this. Like, I know exactly what I'd want, so...
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard for me. It's gotten easier. Like, again, it's been like 2 or 3 years, so it's gotten easier sometimes to meet in the middle on certain things. Like, if I wanted to come out on July 5th, but my team is like, you know, I think that it would be much smarter for it to come out on July 10th because July 5th is Taylor Swift's album. And it's like that.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to be like, okay.
I mean, that's a good point when other albums are coming out or songs.
But that's where I hated being with a major because I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Let Taylor Swift have her day. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I have my own shit going on, and I still want it to come out on that day.
Yeah.
And then they would just feel like, oh, God, she always has something to say.
So what is your team now then? Because you've left Epic.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
And then for my debut album, I was with an independent label, Young Forever, run by a guy named Chris Anakute, who actually worked at Epic when I was with them. And that's how I met him, and I loved his energy. And
that's great.
Yeah, and I knew he really believed in me, but he wasn't on my team at Epic. So, you know, it was weird. Me and him kind of both went independent in our careers. Him as starting his own label and me just becoming an independent artist. But, yeah, I went and I signed an indie deal. Wait, what was the question?
Oh, so what's your team now?
Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't know where my brain just went.
No, because you're saying like you've released your first your first EP after being signed.
Yep.
With
a
label.
My first album with an independent label, and that was a really great experience. There was no there was no like unsolicited feedback about what should be the single and why and what should be the cover art. It was way more like, hey, I'm just letting you know this is my vision. And then, of course, you know, he would be like, well, what about this order instead? Because this one's more of a starter, blah, blah, blah. But that was a good experience. And so now that was just a one album deal. Now I'm just like, I want to give myself a true shot at this and like really see where I can take it. And so it's me, my manager, Grace, and then we have a publicist named Katie Cooper.
Yeah, publicist is important, I think. But it's expensive as well, you know, like...
Yes, that was something my manager really pushed for. And it was something that at first, and this is maybe just me being stubborn and having my own just weirdness about wanting to really, like, truly be independent and, like, do it on my own. And my manager is like, listen, I'm all for, like, us not signing and everything. This is your vision. We're gonna do it. But I really think that we should have a publicist.
Yeah, good.
Specifically Katie, because she goes hard for her artists. And... you know, to anybody listening who doesn't really know what a publicist does, because I really didn't know, but basically if you have a new song coming out, they will take your song, take the cover art, take the unreleased stuff, and they'll send it to magazines and podcasts and radio and all this like different stuff to basically be like, hey, this is coming out on this day. Do you want to support it?
And they utilize their contacts. They may have already, you know, done a few publications with some people, so they've got those contacts, which we just don't have.
Yeah,
that's great. And
that's it, I think.
And how did you find?
I'm not missing anyone.
How did you find Grace then, your manager?
So Grace, she came about because actually Chris, who had the indie label, he introduced me to Grace.
Cool.
And he was like, yeah, this lady, she's wanting to be a manager full time, and she's passionate about you. I think you guys should meet. We met.
So you signed with her as a manager after you left Epic then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a management team, previous management team? Okay, gotcha.
I've had quite a few managers.
Gotcha. I mean, as it goes in the industry, I think is...
Yeah, that has to be... Oh, man. It's like dating. Like, it has to be such a
you got to have the right fit.
It really does.
Especially because being an artist, I mean... It's also what a manager and artist can handle together, because sometimes, you know, an artist like me, I have a lot of very specific, like, wants and needs that I see for my vision, and so I have to have a manager that can handle random FaceTimes and notes and phone calls and things that are, like, a little bit more nitpicky. Yeah. Whereas I've had managers in the past be like, I don't want to stress about this.
Oh, that's bad.
And they just want... their big picture.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
No, you need someone, personable and that you can reach out to. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of talk about your touring situation going on. So did you tour, like, at first you were kind of on your own, right? Was it just you and kind of like playback? Like, is that what you did? Or
yes, it was pretty bad. It was me plugging my phone into a speaker, and then I would sing over the beats.
Nice. I
That's
love
cool.
that. No, I love that.
It's just so crazy looking back, though, thinking about just being like, here, just plug my phone in and press play.
And hopefully I didn't get any calls.
You got to remember to turn on airplane mode, I guess.
Yeah.
No. So now what's your, like, tour? You toured with, I know you've toured with, like, Phineas, right? So did you have a full band and stuff for that?
No.
Oh, was that just yourself?
Phineas was me and a pianist.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
cool.
Yep, Fabian, his name was.
Phineas
and
is huge.
Yeah. Phineas was awesome. That was a really cool tour to go on. That was right before Corona happened, too.
Yeah.
And then, it was such an awesome opportunity. It was one of those things where I like replied to his story, being like, "Love the new song," and
You're
then
joking.
and then he was like, "Want to open for the tour?" Or I said, "Love
Get
the new
the
song.
F out.
Love the new song. Congrats on the new tour. Or congrats on the up and coming tour." And he's like, "Thanks. Want to open for it?"
What?
And
Yeah.
were you like, yes?
Yes.
And that
Right
was
off
the
the
end.
bat.
And you're
Pretty
like,
sure I said, "Hell fucking yeah, I do."
oh my God.
Yeah.
Guys, that's incredible.
That's massive. You have a booking agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then did you just...
Oh yeah, that's also a part of my team. But
Oh,
yeah, right.
yeah.
but that's just it. Kind of is like the outside. I feel like.
Yeah.
Right. Like you don't deal with them day to day
No.
necessarily as like...
Right.
Yeah. So then you just basically had your manager hit up your booking agent. You're like, hey, I got
I got
but
the
you got your
biggest
own
gig.
tour. So you're like, what am I giving my booking agent right now? Why am I giving my booking agent? I booked this myself.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Which
no.
often happens, but
No, it
Yeah.
does. It's all about connections, and that's like,
Yeah.
it's a big part of the touring world. I
Yeah,
think.
they do a lot for me, and I feel like those are literally like questions that I'll like beat myself up about. And my manager, this is why I love her. She'll be like, "Lauren, big picture, shh,
Yeah.
just let it be. Go open for Phineas and have a good time.
Totally.
yeah.
Make your mark and let's keep it moving. 'Cause
Yeah,
this is going up, and you just need to stay present. And
Yeah.
not worry about the little details.
How great. She sounds great.
She's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, she sounds very
She
rad.
is perfect for me.
So good.
I can get so in my head randomly and just get so stubborn, and she'll just be like, "Stop."
Yeah. That's
doing
good.
that.
That's
Mhm.
great.
That is really great.
It's awesome. She's able to, and the thing is that she only really like steps in when she actually has to. And other than that, she kind of like lets me be.
Nice.
So when she steps in, I know like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm being an asshole right now. Yeah.
Well, so you also after the Phineas tour, then you had a headline tour that obviously then we all know what happened to the world. It shut down.
Yep.
So you had a headline tour planned though right before that, like a U.S. headline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
U.S. and Canada.
U.S. and Canada.
Which was going to be so cool because my debut album had just come out.
Yeah.
And so that was like my debut album tour. It sucks, but at the same time, looking back, I feel like we all needed to learn whatever we learned in quarantine.
yeah.
And for me, I guess it was just slowing way down. And
Yeah, I
like,
think everyone learned that. Yeah.
humanizing myself again and not just being like, go, go, go.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're planning another tour right now, and I'm also opening for the artist Max in the fall.
Oh,
this fall,
cool.
just I think 4 shows, and then doing Lala next
Nice.
month.
Nice.
Lala's fun. I did that in 2019. That was my first time doing it. And I was
Really?
like, this is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Pretty crazy being from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Just being like, whoa, full circle moment.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah.
So you have a full band now that you're going to be playing with? Or are you like what's your vision for your live
Yeah,
setup
what's
right
your
now?
vision?
Well, if there was an endless money supply, then my vision would be full band. But where I am right now, and just kind of like, again, being independent for the first time in a while, and just I kind of just wanted to strip it all back.
Mhm.
And for Lala, it's gonna be me and a guitarist
Nice.
and track.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so then I'm gonna do some more shows that I haven't announced yet in August. That's just gonna be me and guitar, like So Far Sounds shows.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, just very like acoustic stripped back set. And then, but for my next tour, I'm hoping me, guitarist, and drummer at the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. A 3-piece is always great for stage too. Like
Mhm.
not too much more. I feel like
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and like these days,
nice.
These days, let's be real. Like, everyone plays with tracks. Like, it's pretty. You don't need more than like 3 to 4 people. I mean, unless you're doing a huge production where you're like Pink and can pay to have strings and fucking dancer. You know what I mean? Like an orchestra where it's like I'll just put that on fucking tracks, so I don't have to pay an orchestra or like a horn section.
Exactly. Yeah, and I am having like my live show is gonna have like the songs on my album and the new songs and everything are going to be like the live versions of them. So I am making a track like that's the live version, like you said, kind of adding stuff in, taking stuff out. So it's a new version of the song.
Yeah, people don't realize that's what goes on. Like there is a live sounding kind of a thing happening. Yeah, it's track that's playing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
So real quick, I just want to talk about you just released a single, Queen Bee.
Yes.
It's awesome. I love it so much. Very catchy.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about, was this made during quarantine?
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Tell us about this process.
It was made in, what was it, March, April, somewhere around.
Like very early
February.
Quarantine.
No, this year.
Oh, of this year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why my label couldn't deal with me is because I work like
That's quick. Yeah.
So I made it and then it came out, I think like about a month and a half later.
Shit, that's quick.
Something like that.
Yeah,
and
good on you.
it was cool. It was a moment that it just happened so naturally in the studio, and I don't know why. I just really wanted to make a song with a specific like symbolism, like an animal or something that I could have the chorus be about that and kind of like a metaphoric reference like that, like Queen Bee, I think I'd like it if you sting me, da-da-da.
Cool.
And because I never do that. My songs are very, like, kind of like a journal entry in song form, and it's never kind of like that abstract, like, talking about a thing and, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's more just, like, vibes.
Yeah.
And so now I just wanted to make something that was like, I want to have a deeper meaning behind just Queen Bee,
And then so for the independent, obviously, for the video as well, was that a lot of your vision for the video?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so the video, the original idea for the video was from my friend Nick Stilo. He was like, what if the video was just kind of you liking this person, but that, because the song is kind of about how when you kind of just want to love something, you don't even care, like if they're like, you're almost like in this love cloud that you almost don't even notice if they don't care about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I'm just like, this person's so cool, they're so cute, da da da, and they're kind of just like, like this is a whatever thing.
Yeah.
But you're in your own love cloud. So that was kind of the video, just like me like confessing my love and her being like, dude, shut up. Like, we're just vibing, we're just hooking up, we're just whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Very catchy.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I love that. So we are coming towards the end of the video. We're coming to the end
of something.
Of something, not the video.
We don't know what.
So we do a little quiz at the end with all of our guests, and I'm just going to start it off because you don't need to be scared about it. It's pretty easy. But question number 1, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Again,
Speed round.
Correct.
Yeah, it is a speed round, so this is good.
All right, second question.
Dogs easily. Sorry.
Dogs easily.
I had to mention dogs by a long shot. Easily, if I was not a musician, I would
have
be something with dogs.
Yes.
Something. I'd be a vet. I would be a foster lady. I'd be weird dog
I
lady.
think it'd be cool to be a foster person for dogs.
That's how I got my dog.
Yeah, I'm a foster fail, so.
She's a
too.
foster fail.
I am too.
Same. Love it.
Yeah.
Love foster fails.
I'm going to foster this dog for a couple of weeks. Oops, I kept it.
Yep.
All right, question number 2. Whiskey or vodka?
Vodka.
Negative. Well, she says it's correct.
Correct answer from me.
As
Vodka.
I drink
Love it.
I just need everyone to know that this woman is literally drinking whiskey out of a fucking cup mixed with water.
Guys, I'm whiskey water for hydration.
That is Bowie's go-to is
no
a whiskey
hangover.
water. And
No
yeah,
hangover.
it works for her. I have to say, I don't ever see you get hungover. I'm impressed by it.
Well,
be
you did
honest.
see me get hungover.
Oh, one
at
time
your
for my birthday.
But I wasn't drinking whiskey.
Partied harder than I did on my birthday.
Oh my god.
Wait, pause before the third question. What's your guys' zodiacs?
What's that mean?
Your zodiac sign. I'll
As in like.
I'll go
the
first.
thing?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, okay, I get it. I'm Libra.
Libra?
What are you?
Capricorn.
What
wait.
month is that?
Are you December or January?
13th.
January 13th.
Is
okay.
Bondi's Capricorn? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
because Bondi and my mom have the same birthday.
that's
yeah.
right.
Aw, that makes so much sense.
Aw. Wait, does it make sense that I'm a Virgo? Like, can you
Yes.
tell? Really?
Yeah, you're very Virgo. My girlfriend's a Virgo.
In what way am I very Virgo? I want to know. I'm like interested now. In
You're
this.
very soft, but like you have like a fiery side, but you're very soft. So
I think that's right.
it's
That's
like
so right.
Yeah.
you know like what you want and what you need, but you really just want everybody to be happy. You just want peace. You don't want any confrontation. You don't want to stir the pot. You just kind of want to like you just want everybody to be happy, and you never want anyone to have like a bad impression of you.
Except she will still have a punch on.
No, that's what she said. I'm also
Yeah.
fiery. Like if you fuck
Yeah.
with my friends or with me
Yeah.
at any point, like
It's
I will
perfect.
definitely like punch you.
I do need to know your rising and moon to like complete it.
Well, how do you know that?
Yeah, you have to know
do
your
the whole birth
the whole
chart.
chart. You have to know the time that you were born, which my parents have somehow forgotten what time I was born. I'm like, cool,
Nice.
I know that you care a lot about me, that you don't even remember what time I was born. And I'm like, where's my birth certificate? They're like, it's somewhere. And I was like, cool. Love you too, guys.
Somewhere in the attic.
Yeah.
You're very Libra though too.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Libra is just because I'm a Libra moon, which is basically like it. You're a Libra because you're a lot more like in your face, but you're still very down to earth. Like you're not intimidating, or you don't come off like your presence is very like there. It's very there and it's very strong.
Yeah.
But it's also not in a way of like, oh, I don't want to talk to her because I'm scared. Like whatever.
That's
It's
good.
more like, oh, I feel like I could tell them anything and they would be like down for it.
I was
down to
born
hear
at 10:30 a.m.
Oh, you know the
I
exact
can't
time?
do your birth chart right
She's
now.
like-
So what does that mean? And where am
We're
I?
gonna have to do your
We'll
birth
do
chart.
it when we get off.
Yeah, like we'll literally have to put your time of birth and your date
Yeah,
and like
literally,
where.
everyone on the show is like, this is not relevant to anything. Oh, so I'm like,
It
wait, so I
is.
was born at whatever time.
No, it's good. It's so good. I can't wait to.
Yeah,
Oh,
can't wait to deep dive. Okay, question 3.
3, beach or snow?
Beach.
Yeah, everyone says
I
that.
hate cold weather.
Everyone says that. That's fair. You're also from
Okay.
Indiana, so like you
I was
escaped
wrong.
the
Hate
cold.
it.
You escaped the cold. I get it.
All right, 4th question. Would you prefer to be the headliner or the opener?
Headliner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
ultimately, yes.
It depends who it is, because like I love opening if I love the headliner. Cause
Who would you want to open for, actually?
Miley.
Oh, interesting.
Or like the neighborhood, or
You should reply to one of Miley's stories and she'll be like, can you open for me? You'll be like, yeah. Yeah.
What I say to her, can I open for you?
No, you say, hey, I love your thing. Whatever happened last time? And they go, do you want to open for us? Or do you want to be
So
on
just
tour
start
with us?
replying to all of her stories, all of Miley's
Every
stories,
single one.
every
I'm
single
sure-
one until she notices.
I'm sure she'll see it. No, she will not.
Yeah, you're
see
right.
it.
She won't see it.
Miley gets too flooded with.
Miley blocks Lauren.
She's like.
Tea.
All right, last question. What is on your rider?
Like for my green room.
Yeah.
It's been so long. I don't remember.
Or what would you put on your rider right now? Let's say you're going on the
uh,
road. What would you have?
Red Bull vodka,
Yeah.
cranberry juice for vodka cranberry or vodka Red Bull, and then bread, peanut butter, carrots, hummus, like a nice veggie tray.
Literally everyone says hummus.
Well, because I
That
feel
must
like
be
it's
an
such
American
a
thing.
Did I
It
say
is-
hummus?
yeah.
Yeah, you just said that.
I honestly don't like hummus, but everybody else likes hummus. So
No,
I always
that's
get
right.
it.
I'm like, every single guest we have on goes, oh, I have hummus. I'm like, wow. I mean, because to me, I go, that would make me stink. Like,
It's
but-
literally a tour thing. Did you not see there was a meme that came back from when the show's reopening and the owner of whatever that popular hummus brand, it's like Sombra or something, and it was like, ooh, I'm gonna make a ton of. There's something about like because
That's
shows are back.
hilarious.
Because yeah, everyone on tour literally. I don't know why. Like who actually really like? I don't eat hummus day to day.
I like hummus, but only if everyone's going to eat the hummus. Otherwise, we all stink. Like, you know.
Why do you think hummus stinks?
Because it's garlic.
Well, maybe if you get the really garlicky
That's
one.
a garlic hummus.
Yeah, you just get a normal hummus and just.
Is there a non-garlic hummus?
Oh, there's a ton of hummus.
What?
She's like, in Australia, we only have garlic hummus.
I think we do. Oh my God, I had no idea.
No, there's so many kinds of hummus. There's like roasted pepper.
Oh, dude, I'm into all the other hummuses then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the red pepper, maybe like the spicy like hummus. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
the
different-
spicy
Oh
hummus.
my
spicy
God.
hummus. I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I love it. I love hummus.
Message
learn
us,
something
guys.
new.
Message us, guys, if you think there's only garlic hummus like me. I'm still convinced that
Hint,
that's
there
right.
is not.
And yes, there's not. Spoiler alert, there's not. Great. So that would be your writer. Like what if you could have like I'm just curious if there was like a masseuse or something. Like if you could have anything.
diva style.
I put puppies on our writer. As
She
a
really
joke,
did.
But people would bring their dogs. Like the promoters or like the venue
You're
people. I'm not
jo-
kidding you. As a joke, I put puppies on our writer. You're adding it right now. She picks her phone up.
I'm literally texting my tour manager right now, and I'm saying, puppies.
Put puppies on the rider.
Please put. Wait, hold on. I really.
She's
am.
literally, guys, texting. I need to
Clint.
take a picture of her and out in studio so people know that
Yeah.
she's literally texting.
Clint,
she's-
can we please add puppies to the rider?
She's going to be like, what?
She's-
Did she just message you saying, what do you want on the rider? Oh my
That's-
God.
So good. I love
Thank
that
you
you
for
just.
the idea.
I just gave you that idea.
Also,
so that was
socks. People have added socks. They want clean socks.
I know that
Yeah.
it's a good one, but also like I guess it just depends if you don't do laundry as much on tour, which is kind of hard to come by sometimes. So I
Yeah.
understand doing like the socks and I just pack a lot of socks and underwear.
Maybe
That's my thing.
maybe I should start putting like really weird stuff on there, like bra.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess that's not very weird, but like a very specific
Yeah.
bra, or like I put like the biggest bra that
Yeah,
exists.
triple E something.
Triple Z.
Triple
Yeah.
Z.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a way to find out if they look at your rider. That's what people say. They put weird things on there to make sure, like, okay, cool, they got everything.
They
So.
They do.
Yeah,
I
they
feel like they do.
they definitely do. I've never really had too many problems with it, but you know, I'm also a diva and asked for puppies. So I-
I'm literally doing that. I want.
You're-
Oh.
did you?
What did
Your
she
tour
write
manager-
back?
All he put is the 100 emoji.
100%.
Hey,
love that.
your tour manager's on it.
Yeah, I love that. I
Dang,
love
that
that
was
responded
fast.
immediately too.
Shout out to
that.
tour manager.
Shout out Clint.
Good job, Clint.
That's my motherfucking boy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that was the end of the quiz. So, for everyone who's listening, Lauren, your socials, if you want to just give everyone your socials, if they're not already following you, they can follow you so they keep up to date with all your shit.
Follow me at Soldier Boy. No, I'm
I was like, wait, what?
just kidding. Follow me at Lauren Sanderson. LaurenSanderson.
There we go.
And DM me if you're listening to this.
Nice.
Yeah,
That'll be
Perfect.
fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Lauren, for being here. We appreciate you. You're awesome. We will have to have you back again soon because you're
Yes,
a fun
please.
hang. You're a very
Hell
fun hang.
yeah.
Yes, please. Now we can go through each other's birth chart.
That's what we're going to do
Yeah.
next. Let's do it.
All right. Thanks for coming.